The appeal process has already started, and we intend to expose every conspiracy against me, my company, and my family. I was supposed to be destroyed a long time ago, but it did not happen. I am still here. We will fight, no matter the cost or length. Even if this takes
Cardi
years.
B isn't playing games when it comes to Tasha K. She's serious about collecting every penny owed to her. Despite Tasha's attempts to dodge payments, Cardi remains relentless, proving she's not backing down anytime soon. Their feud dates back to 2018, when Tasha K began spreading damaging lies about Cardi on YouTube. She accused the rapper of sleeping with multiple men, using drugs during pregnancy, and even claimed that Cardi's daughter, Culture, would be born with special needs. All false, cruel, and baseless claims. After enduring months of defamation, Cardi finally took legal action, filing a lawsuit that would later make headlines. Tasha tried to counter with her own $3 million suit, alleging Cardi had sent gang members after her. But without any evidence, the case quickly fell apart. In court, Tasha ultimately confessed that she had intentionally lied, sealing her own fate. Cardi walked away with a $4 million judgment in her favor. Now, with Cardi focused on enforcing that judgment, Tasha's financial troubles are only getting deeper. And while that drama unfolds, actor Jessie Williams and his ex-wife are publicly clashing over custody issues, turning social media into yet another celebrity battlefield. Tasha K worsened the situation by claiming she was being bullied and standing up to a powerful machine trying to silence her. Rather than showing remorse, she doubled down on her stance. When asked in an interview how she planned to repay the $4 million owed to Cardi B, Tasha boldly said she had no intention of paying.
No, I will not send a check until the appellate court has stated what I'm sending a check for. It's called having the bread to fight. That's who I'm sending my check
Cardi
to.
B had finally reached her breaking point. After months of patience, silence, and subtle shade, the Bronx-born rapper fired off a tweet that set the internet ablaze. "Think it's a game, but trust, I'm coming for everything. Better have my money." It wasn't just a casual post, it was a declaration of war. Cardi was done playing nice about the $4 million judgment she had won against YouTuber Tasha K. She wanted her money, and she made it clear that no excuse, no joke, and no social media stunt would stop her from getting it. For her part, Tasha K, known for her loud, unfiltered personality and long history of online feuds, acted unbothered. She brushed off Cardi's words like they were nothing. But behind the scenes, her confidence seemed to be cracking. For a brief moment, things went quiet. Fans thought maybe, just maybe, the storm had passed. But silence never lasts long when it comes to these two. Within days, the drama reignited, louder, messier, and more personal than ever. It all started when Cardi commented under a post discussing celebrities who file lawsuits to defend their reputations. She explained that she didn't take Tasha K to court for clout or revenge, she did it to protect herself. "People used to call me weak for crying about what she said," Cardi wrote, "but I wasn't being weak. I was standing up for myself. She lied about my health, insulted my parents, and harassed my loved ones. That's why I fought back." Her words were raw and emotional, striking a nerve with fans who remembered the early days of the feud. But Tasha K couldn't resist jumping into the conversation. She replied almost instantly, daring Cardi to say her name directly. It was a familiar move, a taunt meant to stir things up. Cardi didn't take the bait, responding that she hadn't mentioned any names, but if the shoe fits, wear it. That's all it took. The tension exploded again across social media. Tasha began posting about how much money she'd spent fighting Cardi in court, over $1 million, she claimed. She bragged that she was still traveling the world, still filming, and still unbothered. Then came the jab that made fans' jaws drop. She said she didn't have the money to pay the judgment and she had no intention of paying it anyway. Cardi was far from amused. She fired back, warning her followers not to be distracted by Tasha's jokes. Behind the scenes, she said, the law was moving forward. And it was only a matter of time before Tasha's financial house of cards came crashing down. Tasha tried to mock her again, joking that she could pay in foreign currency, Guinea francs or Uganda shillings. Then she posted another YouTube video, using the feud for more clicks. But the laughter didn't last. The collections began while Tasha was still talking. Cardi was acting. In Georgia, Cardi's legal team filed official paperwork to begin the collections process. This wasn't social media shade, this was real-life consequence. The filings allowed Cardi to go after Tasha's bank accounts and future income through garnishment. For those unfamiliar, garnishment is when the court forces someone's employer or bank to send part of their earnings directly to the person they owe. That means Tasha's checks, her savings, even her safe deposit boxes could be frozen until the debt was paid. It's a harsh reality for anyone, but especially for someone who built her brand on appearing fearless and untouchable. Now, Tasha K, who once boasted about never backing down, was reportedly pleading with the courts to stop Cardi from collecting, at least until her appeal was over. But Cardi wasn't budging. She demanded Tasha post a nearly $8 million bond to even pause the process. That's not pocket change, and judging from how much Tasha's been struggling to pay even a fraction of the judgment, that kind of money seems impossible. The court of public opinion, meanwhile, has largely taken Cardi's side. Fans remember how the whole feud began back in 2018 when Tasha K uploaded a string of outrageous videos claiming Cardi was a drug user, an unfit mother, and that she had an incurable STD. None of it was true. At the time, Cardi had begged Tasha to take the videos down. She wanted peace, not war. But Tasha refused, doubling down with even crueler lies. That's when Cardi decided enough was enough and took her to court. Years later, after endless hearings, emotional testimony, and undeniable evidence that Tasha knew she was spreading false information, Cardi won. The court ordered Tasha to pay $4 million in damages. But instead of learning from it, Tasha went right back to being Tasha, loud, proud, and defiant. And now, that defiance has turned into desperation. The internet reacts in line. People can't stop talking about how Tasha's arrogance may have cost her everything. She talked too much. One fan wrote, "If she'd just deleted the videos when Cardi asked, she wouldn't be in this mess." Another said, "It's wild that she's still joking about this when she literally owes millions." But there are still a few who defend Tasha, saying Cardi's going too far by seizing assets and pushing for garnishment. They argue it's excessive, but the majority disagree, believing that if you publicly humiliate someone and get sued for it, you should deal with the consequences. And while Cardi and Tasha's saga continues to unfold, another messy situation in Hollywood is reminding everyone how ugly things can get when pride and ego take over. Enter Jessie Williams. Actor Jessie Williams, known for his role as Dr. Jackson Avery on Grey's Anatomy, and his ex-wife, Aaron Drake Lee, are once again making headlines for their never-ending custody battle. It's been nearly 8 years since Jessie filed for divorce in 2017, but their war shows no sign of ending. To understand how they got here, you have to rewind. Before Jessie became a household name, he was just a regular guy trying to make ends meet. He worked as a substitute teacher while Aaron held down the fort financially. She paid the bills, supported his acting dreams, and believed in his potential long before Hollywood did. Then everything changed. When Grey's Anatomy made Jessie a star, the dynamic shifted. Rumors of infidelity surfaced, tabloids speculated about his new relationships, and eventually he filed for divorce. What followed was years of court battles over money, fame, and most painfully, their 2 children. At one point, Jessie was ordered to pay a staggering $50,000 per month in child support, an amount later reduced to $40,000, then eventually to about $6,000 after he left Grey's Anatomy to work on Broadway. Some fans accused him of quitting the hit show just to lower his payments, but Jessie insisted it was a career choice, not an escape plan. Aaron didn't buy it. She took him back to court, arguing that his career shift shouldn't leave their kids with less. She said his lifestyle hadn't changed, only his priorities had. The dispute grew even uglier when Jessie accused Aaron of blocking his calls and visits with their children. He claimed she was making it nearly impossible for him to have a consistent relationship with them. Aaron denied the accusations, saying she was simply trying to protect the kids' routines. She argued that forcing 2 young children to fly across the country for short visits wasn't fair to them. The tug of war to outsiders, it's easy to pick sides. Some believe Aaron is bitter, clinging to resentment and using the children as leverage. Others say Jessie is the one prioritizing his image over his family. But for those caught in the middle, their children, none of it matters. They're the ones dealing with the emotional fallout of grown-ups who can't seem to let go of the past. The internet, of course, has its own opinions. Jessie's ex-wife is going to stay bitter until the very end, one commenter wrote. Another replied, they're both messy. At this point, someone needs to think about those kids instead of revenge. That last line hits hardest, because whether it's Jessie and Aaron's ongoing custody chaos or Cardi and Tasha's legal war, the pattern is the same: grown adults letting pride, ego, and pain turn into years of unnecessary destruction. Lessons in accountability. Cardi B's situation shows what happens when someone refuses to take responsibility. Tasha K had every chance to make peace. All she had to do was apologize and delete the false videos. Instead, she chose defiance, and now she's paying for it, literally. Jessie Williams and Aaron Drake Lee's story, on the other hand, shows the cost of emotional pride. Divorce is messy enough, but dragging it out in court for years, turning children into pawns, that's a wound that doesn't heal easily. In both stories, accountability is the missing piece. Tasha's lack of remorse and Jessie's complicated back and forth with his ex both highlight a truth too many people ignore. Sometimes, being right matters less than being kind. As these public dramas continue to unfold, fans are left to watch, comment, and speculate. But behind the headlines, behind the screenshots and viral moments, are real people facing real consequences. And if there's one lesson to take away from all this chaos, it's that pride always comes with a price. Because whether it's $4 million in debt or 2 children caught between 2 homes, the cost of refusing to take accountability is always higher than you expect.